What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today, as I'm sure you already know, we did receive the latest update to Battlefront 2, which added BB-8, BB-9E, as well as adding sequel trilogy content into Supremacy. And so today I just wanted to give you guys my first impressions on the update. Now, before we get started, if you guys do want me to do a hero guide for both BB-8 and BB-9E, then make sure to smash that like button down below, and I will get stuck into those as soon as possible if you guys are keen for some more hero guides. I am also going to be doing a Mythbusters focusing on the new droids in the coming days as well, so if you are new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe with those notifications on so you don't miss out on all the upcoming content. But anyway, getting into my first impressions on the update, and first of all, we do of course have to start with BB-8 and BB-9E. There has been a lot of controversy over the last month or two since these guys were announced, and to a degree I do understand where people are coming from with wanting other heroes to be added first. But at the same time, I am still really happy with being given these guys, and after playing them today I am even more happy with that decision. For any of you guys who haven't played yet or just aren't all that keen on the idea of the droids being added, what I will say is that you should definitely try them out before you judge them, as even after just a couple of hours playing tonight, these guys are so damn fun to play as, and I think once people do get used to them being in the game and get the hang of how to play them, I honestly think these droids are going to be fan favourites in Battlefront 2. Now, getting into how they play, both of them are really smooth from my playtime so far. I didn't run into a single bug in my 3 or 4 hours playing them, and so that is an instant positive for this update, because just going off all 4 of the other hero editions since October 2018, we all know that bugs are a pretty common issue with their launches, so that's already one thing I'm pleased about, is that they are just working as intended. Now, they are both very similar, but they do have their differences as well, and I will touch on those as best as I can for those who haven't played yet. BB-9E is definitely more of a support type of droid. His abilities are all far more focused on team-based play, and he's definitely a little weaker than BB-8 when it comes to his damage output and stuff like that. Now, it's not to necessarily say that he's weak, I just think he has a very specific playstyle, and obviously with him only just being released, it will take us all a good minute to figure out what that playstyle is and just how exactly to play to his strengths. So, like I said earlier, just don't be too quick to judge them, as I guarantee a lot of people are going to say they're a little bit weak or even a little bit OP depending on our own experiences. But until we've truly had some actual game time with them, it's impossible to tell just how balanced or unbalanced they actually are. Now, as for BB-8, he's definitely more of a slayer type of hero than BB-9E is. His abilities are much more offensive based, and 2 of them are actually super deadly as well, so surprisingly BB-8 is actually a bit of a beast, at least considering how weak I thought these guys would be. He's definitely still a support character when you compare him to say Luke or Han or some of the genuine heroes. He's what you consider a little underpowered compared to those characters, but again, that's pretty much how they're designed to be, and I think it's good that they're not going to be running around getting 200 kills a game. Both of these guys are going to be so strong at the objective side of the game, which for me personally is really exciting because I do enjoy playing the objective, and I think it might even tempt some players who mostly focus on killing enemies to sort of change up their playstyle and play a bit more for their team. So all round, I am really happy that we do finally have some objective based heroes after all this time. Now, like I said, it is impossible as of right now to judge these guys in terms of balancing. I might say that they're too weak and others might say they're OP or vice versa. It's just way too hard to know based off, say, 4 or 5 games with them, but I do have some initial ideas as to how they could be balanced just a little bit better. As I mentioned, BB-8 is a bit more powerful when it comes to his damage output, yet he also actually has more health than BB-9E as well, which in my opinion shouldn't really be the case. I would love to see BB-9E actually have the higher HP, maybe swapping them around or even giving BB-9E 700 HP instead of 600, as he is meant to be more of a support player, and I think because of that, he should be a little bit better at surviving, especially since his damage output is definitely on the weaker side. 700 HP might be a bit too much considering how small they are. As I said, it is really hard to tell, but I just think I would like to see BB-9E have more health than BB-8, since BB-8 can at least take out enemies a lot easier than his counterpart. Overall though, my first impressions on these guys is that they are a whole lot of fun to play, as they're definitely going to take a minute to get the hang of, but in a way I actually really like that, as it just adds some variety to the game, which for a 2-year-old game is definitely needed, and despite a few initial concerns with their balancing, I am really pleased with these guys so far, and let's hope it does stay that way in the months to come. Now, as I said earlier, we did also get some sequel content added to Capital Supremacy as well, or technically just Supremacy now, as they did change the name in this update, and to be completely honest, I'm not a huge fan of this game mode, but these maps are really solid, and at least for a while anyway, I think I will be playing a lot of Supremacy just to get some variety in my gameplay. All of the maps they added seem to suit Supremacy really well so far, Agent Kloss especially, as it's just designed so well for the ground phase section of the mode. And really, I don't have too many complaints at all about the Supremacy content, as it's pretty much what we already had but with a bunch of new locations to play on, so overall I'm pretty happy with these new maps. As for the new capital ships, which are the Resurgent class Star Destroyer and the MC-85 Star Cruiser, these are absolutely amazing from what I've played so far, and to be honest, I did not expect these to be so well made and so different from the Clone Wars capital ships. The Star Destroyer interior looks absolutely amazing, and as always, you can say what you will about this game, but the graphics are honestly some of the best I've ever seen, let alone for a multiplayer game, but somehow yet again DICE have kind of outdone themselves with the graphics and overall design of these interiors. I didn't get to play too much on the MC-85 interior, but from what I did see, it was so unique to any of the other three interiors, and again, I just didn't really expect to be blown away by these since, like I said, I'm not really a fan of Supremacy. So this stuff was so much less of a priority to me than the new droids, but with that said, there's really not much I can fault DICE on when it comes to the Supremacy additions in this update. Now, there were also a few smaller changes in this update, some stuff like Vader's choke being able to block an attack now and a few other things as well, and so far all of that seems pretty decent, but again we will just have to wait and see. I've only tested Vader in arcade just to see what it's like, so it's impossible to tell for me, but I think his choke is going to be super overpowered because of this, and so I do hope they end up taking away or at least reducing his damage reduction, because Vader is already a beast in this game, and I just hope they keep him balanced, although like I said, I haven't tested it in multiplayer yet, so I could actually be completely wrong. Overall though, I am really pleased with this update from what I've seen so far. I was actually pretty annoyed that it was delayed, to be honest, and you might have been able to tell that from the last news video, but right now I'm more than okay with the fact they delayed it, because overall it does seem to have gone really well. And so far the community reaction seems to be pretty decent as well. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of the new update. I know there's going to be a lot of mixed reactions, which is always to be expected, but I am always keen to gauge the reaction of the community, so leave a comment down below with your thoughts on the update. I know a lot of people are going to be shitty that we got BB-8 over Ahsoka, and trust me, I do get the frustration. I would love to see Ahsoka as well, probably more than any other character, but they did give us over a year of Clone Wars content, and as much as I would be happy with more, I'm glad they're moving on to some sequel and OT stuff, because this game is focused on 3 eras and not just one. But anyway guys, that is going to do it for my first impressions on the update. Like I said, there will be a Mythbusters as well as 2 new hero guides for the droids coming pretty much as soon as I can make them, so be sure to leave a like on the video and make sure to subscribe with those notifications on so you don't miss out on any more Battlefront 2 videos or live streams. Thank you all so much for watching, you guys have a great day and I'll catch you all in the next one.